The opulent mansion stood silent, shrouded in the morning mist. Inside, a tragedy had unfolded. The grand halls, once filled with laughter and life, now echoed with an eerie silence. The air was thick with an unspoken dread, as if the walls themselves were whispering secrets of the night before. The renowned businessman, Mr. Mehta, lay lifeless in his study. His eyes stared vacantly at the ceiling, his face pale and lifeless. The room, usually a hub of activity and business dealings, was now a somber crime scene. Papers were scattered across the desk, a testament to the chaos that had ensued. A single chilling note rested beside the body. "This is just the beginning." The handwriting was jagged, almost frantic, as if the author had been in a state of panic or rage. The note sent shivers down the spine of everyone who read it, hinting at a larger, more sinister plot. "This is just the beginning." The words echoed in the minds of the investigators, a grim reminder that this was not an isolated incident. The detective's voice was firm, but there was an underlying tension, a sense of urgency that couldn't be ignored. The air crackled with tension as ACP Pradyuman, the seasoned CID officer, surveyed the scene. His sharp eyes missed nothing. Every detail, no matter how small, was meticulously noted. He had seen many crime scenes in his career, but this one felt different. There was an underlying current of malevolence that he couldn't quite put his finger on. The room, locked from the inside, presented a perplexing puzzle. No forced entry, no apparent struggle. It was as if death had walked through walls. The windows were sealed shut, and there were no signs of tampering. It was a classic locked room mystery, one that would challenge even the most experienced detectives. "Sir, it's a locked room, just like you said. The only way in or out is that door, and it was bolted from the inside." The detective's voice was filled with a mix of confusion and frustration. How could someone commit such a crime and leave no trace of their entry or exit? Daya, his towering frame filling the doorway, responded with a shake of his head. His expression was one of deep contemplation. He had seen many strange cases, but this one was particularly baffling. The lack of evidence was both intriguing and frustrating. "Sir, what do we have here?" The question hung in the air, a challenge to uncover the truth hidden within the shadows of the mansion. The detective's curiosity was piqued, and he was determined to get to the bottom of this mystery. Pradyuman's voice, though calm, held a hint of steel. He knew that this case would test their skills and resolve. The mansion held many secrets, and it was up to them to uncover each one, no matter how deeply buried they were. Whoever did this wanted to send a message that was meant to instill fear and confusion. Pradyuman nodded grimly. He knew that deciphering this message was the key to solving the case. This was no ordinary murder. The locked room, the chilling note, it all pointed to a meticulously planned act, executed with cold-blooded precision. Every detail seemed to be part of a larger, more sinister puzzle. But who would want Mr. Mehta dead, and why? The questions swirled in Pradyuman's mind, each one more perplexing than the last. The answers, he knew, were hidden somewhere within the locked room. Daya, with his keen eye for detail, noticed something peculiar. Faint traces of blood led away from the body, towards the large bay window overlooking the garden. The scene was eerily quiet, the only sound being the rustle of leaves outside. The bloodstains, though faint, told a story that was waiting to be uncovered. "Sir, look at this, there's something unusual here." Pradyuman joined him by the window, his gaze following the trail of blood. The faint stains, almost invisible to the naked eye, whispered a tale of escape, of a desperate attempt to vanish into the night. The moonlight cast a ghostly glow on the scene, adding to the mystery. But how could the killer escape through the window? "We're on the second floor, and there's no sign of a struggle or a ladder outside. It's almost as if they vanished into thin air," Fredricks questioned, his eyes wide with disbelief. The scenario seemed impossible, defying all logic. But how could the killer escape through the window? There must be something we're missing. That, Fredricks, Pradyuman stated, his voice grave, is precisely what we need to find out. The answer lies somewhere in this room, and we must uncover it before it's too late. Fredricks, after meticulously reviewing the CCTV footage, stumbled upon a chilling detail. "Sir, you need to see this," he urged, his voice tight with tension. The grainy footage revealed a shadowy figure lurking in the garden around the time of the murder. The figure, shrouded in darkness, moved with an unsettling fluidity, disappearing into the shadows just as swiftly as it had appeared. "Who is that?" Daya questioned, his eyes narrowed in concentration. "We need to enhance this footage," Pradyuman instructed, his gaze fixed on the screen. "This mysterious figure could be the key to unlocking this entire case." "Sir, देखिए, यहाँ एक नाम लिखा हुआ है." The investigation took a chilling turn when Daya, while examining the crime scene photos, noticed something overlooked earlier. A name, scrawled in blood, was barely visible in the corner of the room, partially hidden by a shadow. "Sir, देखिए, यहाँ एक नाम लिखा हुआ है." Pradyuman leaned in, his eyes widening as he recognized the name. It belonged to a notorious criminal, Vijay Rana, who had been presumed dead for years. "लेकिन विजय राणा तो मर चुका है." "Is he Fredricks?" Pradyuman muttered, a cold glint in his eyes. "Or is this the beginning of something far more sinister?" Driven by this startling revelation, Pradyuman ordered a search of Mr. Mehta's house. Deep within a hidden safe, concealed behind a bookshelf, they discovered a dusty old file. It contained details of a case from years ago, a case that involved both Mr. Mehta and the supposedly deceased Vijay Rana. The file revealed a tale of betrayal, fraud, and a web of deceit that had ensnared both men. It became evident that Mr. Mehta and Vijay Rana shared a dark past, a past someone was desperate to keep buried. "It seems our victim wasn't who he appeared to be," Pradyuman remarked, his eyes scanning the documents. "And if Vijay Rana is alive," Daya added, his voice grim, "he could be back for revenge." Just as the pieces of the puzzle seemed to be falling into place, a new piece of evidence surfaced, shattering their assumptions and turning the investigation on its head. The forensic report revealed that the bloodstains by the window, the bloodstains that pointed to an escape route, did not belong to Mr. Mehta. "This changes everything," Pradyuman declared, his voice echoing in the silent room. "If that blood isn't Mehta's, then who did it belong to?" The revelation sent shockwaves through the team. The case, already shrouded in mystery, had just taken an unexpected turn. They were no longer dealing with a simple murder. They were caught in a deadly game, and the stakes had just been raised. As the CID team delved deeper, they uncovered a complex web of lies, deceit, and hidden agendas. The truth, it seemed, was a tangled knot, and every strand they unraveled only led to more questions. The investigation took them through the city's underbelly, into the lives of those connected to Mr. Mehta and the enigmatic Vijay Rana. They encountered fear, silence, and a palpable sense of something sinister lurking beneath the surface. Each piece of evidence, each whisper in the dark, brought them closer to the truth. Yet it remained elusive, shrouded in a veil of secrets and half-truths. Despite the dead ends and red herrings, ACP Pradyuman remained undeterred. His resolve, forged in countless investigations, was unshaken. He knew that every crime, no matter how meticulously planned, left behind traces, whispers of the truth waiting to be heard. "Bloodstains can be wiped away," Pradyuman declared, his voice resonating with unwavering determination. "But the truth cannot be hidden. We will find out what happened here, no matter the cost." The case, far from over, was about to enter its most dangerous phase. The closer they got to the truth, the greater the risks became. But Pradyuman and his team were prepared to face whatever lay ahead, for they knew that justice, like truth, would ultimately prevail.